What's up, guys? How you doing today? You rocking out with the one and only phillydom. What's going on with you this morning, this afternoon, wherever you at in the world, whatever time zone you in? Salute, salute, salute. I got my flower shirt on today, man. We're gonna change up speeds and talk about Chicago today a little bit. We're gonna talk about Chicago, man. I got some news out of Chicago. We're gonna wait for you guys to come on the live, and we're gonna talk about Chicago, Chi-Town, and the migrant situation up there. It's a lot different from the migrant situation in New York. I mean, different, similar, but we're going to talk about it. So I'm just waiting for a couple more people to get on the live, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Hold on for a second. I made a little mistake, but I'm going to fix that right now. I need to tag this video. YouTubers know what I'm talking about. I need to tag this video, which I didn't. I don't know why. Oh, man. I don't know why I didn't tag it, but we're on to fixing it right now. But like I said before, good morning, good afternoon, no matter where you at in the world. A lot to talk about regarding Chicago. You know, I'm gonna start covering different cities as well to give you guys some information what's going on in these different places. I'm based out of New York City. That's where the bulk of my migrant content is coming from because I'm there. But I'm learning a lot and I'm hearing a lot, and people are calling me and letting me know what's going on in these other cities. So I'm definitely going to try to incorporate that in as well, so you guys know what's going on in Chicago and some other cities like Denver, Colorado, and other places as well. But like I said before, good morning, good afternoon. Lou said good morning, champ. King said grand rising. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you guys. Trying to get some tags for you guys for the video. Jess was on the live late last night with my boy Big Hawk, Yonkers native. Yeah, we definitely gonna do some more videos together for sure. Let me just get this together 2 seconds, and we're gonna talk about Chicago, Chi-Town, and the situation that they're having out there. There's so much to unpack with the Chi-Town situation, but we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna work it out. Hold on 1 second, family. Straight out of Chicago. I see everybody. Jennifer said good morning. Good morning, Jennifer. I don't know, my voice is a little raspy today. I don't know why, but it's cool. I've been up for a while. Seven said, wish you could come cover Atlanta migrants. Is getting crazy here, but no one is covering it. I'll definitely try to get down to Atlanta as well, man. You know, I'm a full-time content creator, man. This is my job. So I'll definitely try to get down there as well. I didn't even know they had too many migrants. So is Atlanta a sanctuary city, or migrants are just coming there because of the weather, or just because they heard that they can, make money there? What's you guys' take on the Atlanta situation? Hold on for a second. I got a lot to unpack today, man. We got a lot to talk about. I'm just trying to tag the video. Slipping, man, maybe because it was early morning. So my mom wasn't right. But I'm going to give you guys a chance to get on the live, and we're going to talk about Chicago. I think we got like 30-something people watching. Oh, wait, I'm just doing the most. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Man, there's a lot going on in Chicago right now, man. I'll tell you, I'll give you a clue, man. That weather has something to play plays a part. Well, let's do it right here. The weather plays a big role as well, man. Come on, phillydom. Yeah, got 31 people watching. Hello, hello. Give me a half a second and we will start talking about the situation in Chi-Town. Let's see what we got here. Wow, it went through, but it didn't show up. This is interesting. Um, yeah, I think I put it in there. Boom, we in. Let's go back and talk with you guys. All right, then. Good morning. Like I said, good afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. We got 47 people watching. One thing you guys can do, a big favor you can do, man, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share the video. And that lady picture that you see back there, that's my mom. She passed away years and years ago, man. So, if you have a relative or a friend or family member, man, make sure you always treat them right because you never know when it's your time to go. So she played a big part in my life and my brother's life and everything. So, she's never forgotten. So I got the picture there for some inspiration this morning. Never forgotten. And it's been 20 something years, 20 something plus years. All right, let's on to the migrant situation in Chicago. Man, oh man, I wrote notes because there's so much to talk about. The problem what's going on in Chicago right now. Let me tell you what's going on in Chicago right now. The weather is bad in Chicago. I used to work for Walgreens, a drugstore chain, and we used to have meetings up there. And I used to go to the corporate office, man. The weather up there in Chicago in the wintertime is brutal. They don't call it the Windy City for nothing. So it causes a lot of problems. It causes a lot of issues. A lot of the migrants are coming from places like Venezuela, El Salvador, Peru, Nicaragua, Costa Rica. No, I don't even Costa Rica. I don't even know. Wherever they're coming from, I know they're coming from South America, Central America, Africa, and all other places all over the world. But the bulk of the migrants are coming. We are sure it is due to the caravans are coming from South America and Central America. So some of them got sent up to Chicago. Now we're in what's this, November 16th. So wintertime is in full effect in Chicago. And it's cold. It's cold in Chicago. And it's windy. United 7, thank you, man. Thank you, United 7. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the super chat. I greatly, 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 greatly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. United 7, appreciate you. Where you watching from? Let me know. Where you watching from? Okay, so I'm gonna stay on to the topic now. Yeah, thank you too. Thank you. Okay, since the weather is cold and everything, and the weather is bad there in Chicago right now, the migrants are getting frustrated and upset because, man, you got migrants sleeping at the airport, which is the O'Hara Airport. I used to come through there all the time back in the day. The O'Hara Airport is like one of the biggest airports. They have I think 800 to 1,000 migrants staying there. You never know what the numbers, man. They could be off a little bit. On top of that, they got migrants sleeping in police stations and tents, which I was talking about in some previous videos. They've been sleeping outside in tents, but they have these heated in Chicago. They have these heated buses that operate between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. And if it's too cold for them, they can go in there and, warm themselves up and probably even sleep there the rest of the night. So it's a lot going on. So it's really uncomfortable conditions in Chicago. So a lot of the migrants are getting frustrated because they, once again, we got to keep talking about this. I say this in all the videos. America is promoted as the land of opportunity. This thing we call the American dream. We call this the American dream. And a lot of the migrants in Chicago right now, they're not seeing the American dream because they're getting shuffled from shelter to shelter. Like I said, they're in the Ohio airport. Some are sleeping in tents. So the situation is not really good for them. So they're getting frustrated because, they walked up here or bust up here, whatever, how they got up here. They thought that they, would see a better life and everything would be on the up and up. And they've been in a constant struggle since they got here, even though they getting all sorts of amenities and perks from, the federal government and the cities and different things like that. But they're getting frustrated because it's not everything they thought it was going to be being here. And a lot of them can't work right now, so they're frustrated about that. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So some of them volunteered to go back to their country. And these were migrants from Venezuela. That's what I was told. These were migrants from Venezuela. Cooper said, propaganda is real. What propaganda? Talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Then just in case research. What's going on with you, champ? Chicago migrants are going back home. Didn't hear about that. Yes, some Chicago migrants are going back home. Not everybody. Obviously, there's going to be some tough ones. They're going to sit it out. They hear, they might as well see it through. But a lot of them are getting frustrated because, people came with their families. They came with their young kids and stuff like that. So it's really stressful and it's really rough on them, man. It's really stressful and it's really rough on them in Chicago right now. I mean, it's not at the point of like a New York City that, I always cover New York City. And it's not at the point of a New York City, but I will tell you, man, it's very stressful for them in Chicago. Right now, Chicago has around about, let's say 20,000 migrants in the city, and they have like 18 shelters as well. So, but the weather situation, that weather will break you, man. I used to work in Alaska in the seafood industry, and I know about cold weather, man. So that weather will break you, you know what I mean? And like I said before, a lot of them came here with the concept or the understanding that once they hit American soil, everything would be good and gravy, and they would start working, they would make money, and they can send money back to their families, and they can go on with their lives. But the process is slow and tedious. And I understand if you got, kids and different things like that, it could be rough on you, know what I mean? Sleeping on the floor every night in an airport or, bouncing around from shelter to shelter, man. It can get very, very, very frustrating. Roll with the Soul said, good morning, champ. Good morning, man. Roll with the Soul. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The ones that they're coming from a beautiful country to sleep on the ground. Yes, they are, because in their country they're not making money and different things like that. And if you come in here for political asylum, you not having a job or making money in your country is not political asylum. So some of them might not even qualify for the political asylum eventually when they get heard by the U.S. government. So it's crazy. So the situation is a real tough situation. Sporting said, I love the winter, so cozy. But imagine you just come with the clothes on your back and maybe a backpack or some kind of luggage. So when you get here, you're expecting everything. And the U.S. government, the cities, the sanctuary cities are going out of their way to accommodate these people, and it's still not enough. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see any family sleep on the streets or sleep in an airport on the floor for 2 months. People don't want to see that. You know what I mean? But it's costing the city of Chicago a nice number. It's not nowhere like the number in New York City. and I'll get into the numbers for you. Nowhere like the numbers in New York City, but it definitely costs you a nice number. And it's me, you, the taxpayer. We the ones paying it. We support the YouTube champ via Cash App. I'm just giving you some of my information, man. But I would definitely try to get up there to Chicago. I keep saying it. Eventually, I would try to get up there, man, so I can get some content for you guys and let you guys know what's going on up there in Chi-Town, man. Because this situation ain't going nowhere no time soon because they have not closed the borders for migrants yet. So it's not going nowhere anytime soon. I just put my Cash App up there if anybody wants to support your boy, the one and only phillydom via Cash App. Greatly appreciate it. The one said homeless in California is so much like what you are going through. Yes, indeed, man, because homeless situation in California, man, Skid Row and all that in LA. And I heard San Diego's getting hit, and obviously San Francisco had a homeless problem and it's increasing. So the struggle is real. So some migrants are getting frustrated and they upset now, and they said this ain't the American dream, and they willingness to go back to their country and just see it out because it's getting very, very, very frustrating. Since August last year, just to give you a number, since August last year, 20,000 migrants have came to Chi-Town, aka Chicago, and the struggle is real. The struggle is real. And like I said, the winter time in Chicago is nothing to be played with, man. And I think a lot of these people underestimated that, man. It's not to be played with. The winter time in Chicago is not to be played with. NYC say you have to come to the hotel shelter. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to go to that one in Jamaica, Queens, definitely. I'm here. I got my notes. Let me write that down real quick. The name of that hotel place. Hold on for a second. Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to go many of these places. Document it. In real time to let you guys see what's going on. Hold on for a second. Mm-hmm. Okay, I got it. Thanks, man. Thanks, NYC. Let's see what's going on here. Sub said no American dream. That's crazy. I found that and saw it in a little, maybe not for them, but as is death alive, it's definitely alive and well. Well, subs, man, you know how it go, man. The people they gave up everything to come here, and they was getting the red carpet treatment. Well, New York they haven't getting the red carpet treatment. Chicago seemed like it's a little rough on them, and they got families and they have nowhere to stay, so they kind of frustrated right now in Chicago, and they're moving around a lot. Like I said, and some of them are sleeping at the airport. Some of them are sleeping from shelter to shelter. So it's rough for them. So a lot of them they didn't understand what it takes to survive in the United States because where they from doesn't cost that much. If you're not working, it's no big deal. If you're working, it's not a big deal. So, they just getting fed up, man. You know what I mean? Waking up every day, you on the floor. Some of them probably got houses and different things back home in their country, but they gave all that up to come here to be a part of the American dream. Now, you can come here and you can make money, but you got to have a plan. You know what I mean? And a lot of them just came, they don't really have a plan. They just said, I'm broke in my country, or I have some kind of political problems in my country, or whatever, every country is different. And I'm gonna come to the United States to have a better life. But you gotta work for it in the US. Nothing is a cakewalk. Robert Soul said, can there be an American dream when you have veterans sleeping under bridges? Man, that's deep, bro. Roll with soul, man. That's 100% right, man. Can you have an American dream and you have people sleeping under bridges, man? I don't know. I don't know, man. But I do know, being here, growing up in the States, that if you work hard at something and you open a business, you can be successful. If you go to school and you pick a major that you can make money, you can get successful off of that. So there's ways that you can be successful. The U.S. is one of the, what I mean, when they talk about the American dream, I think what the migrants understand what the American dream is that you can come here and not have nothing like they do and work hard. But they have a lot of obstacles in their past because they came here illegally. They were let in the country. Now they have to get working papers. They got to talk in front of a judge eventually and different things like that. And some of them will even be getting kicked out of the country because, like I said, you have to be politically persecuted in your country or something of that sort. You can't just come here because you say, look, I'm broke, I have a job in my country. So now I come to the US and I'll be able to work and have a job and this and that. So these next couple months will be very, very interesting. And once again, make sure you guys hit the like button, share my videos, support your boy, the one and only phillydom, as I keep putting out this content around the clock for you guys and talking with you about the situations. Yeah, I'm gonna start talking about the other cities, especially like Chicago and Denver as well, to let people know. Wendy said, my grandfather came here from Spain with a few dollars in his pocket, learned basic English. He presented himself in 1921 and went to work on a coal mines. He was legal because of citizens. Okay. Wow. Wow. So he did your grandpa did it the right way, Wendy. But this is a rough time for everybody, and we always keep forgetting about our U.S. citizens, like the vets and the homeless people, are not all getting proper things that they need, and it's throwing a lot of things off. So it's kind of rough right now, and they're feeling it. In places like Chicago. Michael said you can succeed if you have work ethic in America. Yes, if you have work ethic in America, you can succeed. If you're willing to work two jobs, if you're willing to work around the clock, if you're willing to take any job to work that job to get to the jobs that you want to, because sometimes a lot of people, we Americans, don't like to work certain jobs because they don't really pay that much. When now these migrants will come in, once they get their papers, they're willing to work any and every job. They're willing to work any and every job. But a lot of them, they got frustrated, man. Some of them are getting frustrated and they're gonna go back. This is just too far to come. I would tell anybody to see this out. If you're already in the US, you came through as a migrant, man, I would tell you to see it out. I would see it out to the end. So the migrants that are upset in Chicago, I don't know if it was just Venezuelans, but I think it was just Venezuelans from what I heard. And some of them are heading back. I don't know how much is the number. It could be a couple, it could be a lot. But this is just frustration, man. America is like, you got to be tough, man. You got to be tough. So they don't understand what's going on. Michael said the quality of the job market has declined. Wow. And then Danelle said the migrants in Chicago are not here illegally. They applied for asylum in Mexico and were allowed in the country pending the completed process of their application. Are you 100% sure about that? Are you 100% sure about that? Carl said, and he said, and send them back. or whatever, we are well cost tax will cost taxpayers too, I guess, more money or too much money. Yes, indeed. That's why I keep doing these lives, just to educate you guys, keep you guys, updated what's going on. Look at this. I wrote notes now, man. There's so much to unpack, so much to talk about. But this will affect you. This will affect you. What can I say? Texas alone, the state of Texas alone has sent 18,400 migrants to Chicago alone, Texas alone. Some people are seeing this pandemic situation as some kind of money grab. What do I have here, man? Let me let you hear these numbers in Chicago, man. Not only are some of the Chicago migrants leaving, but it's costing the city of Chicago 200. It cost them. Well, I guess they said they would be willing to pay two 255 million this year in Chicago, just the city. We're not even talking about the 330 million from the state of Chicago to deal with this migrant crisis. This is like unbelievable. A lot of people saying they don't feel sorry for the migrants because they made in Chicago because they made decisions to leave their country in search of a better life. So whatever comes with that, they're gonna have to take it. They're gonna have to take it. NYC said I noticed that a lot of the women are pregnant. I mean, they're probably trying to get pregnant so they can be able to have a kid that's born on American soil because that changes the whole dynamics of the whole situation. And if they ever got to go back to the country, it's probably going to be easier for them to get a passport here since their kid that their kid is American citizen. I had to yawn there. I apologize. So this situation, man, is unbelievable, man. But I wanted to focus on Chicago today. Let you guys know what's going on in Chicago. But they made this decision. They made this decision to come here. So now, you make a decision, now you got to live with the decision. But if I was them, I would just see it out, man. You came too far not to see it out. You gave up too much not to see it out. So I would go to my hearing and I would have to get deported out of here. But I would try. Roll with Soul said nowadays it has a lot to do with getting the fast bucks without having to work too hard for it. Sometimes we all have to start at the bottom and work our way up. Yes, indeed. I believe that 100%. So if they got to take jobs making 16 bucks an hour or 20 bucks an hour, they got to do whatever they got to do to survive. They got to do whatever they got to do to survive right now, and better days will come. May said, Babylon is done. Put me on a panel, bro. Jay, I can't put you on a panel because I did this through YouTube. I didn't do it through StreamYard. Later on, I'll do a couple more lives and I'll do a couple through StreamYard so you guys can be able to voice your opinion because I know some of you guys are well versed and educated. Speaking of the panel, yesterday we had my boy JS. He's Venezuelan. He's been living here over 20 years in the U.S. He's living out of Minnesota. Check out the last live video. And he came on during the tail end of the live and he talked about the situation. He said he has nothing but love for the United States. He would have never, made it or survived without the United States. So he's so happy about the United States. And also, he talked about the other day he was renewing his, I think his passport, his Venezuelan passport. So he had to go to Mexico, renew in Mexico City. And he said he had met a whole bunch of Venezuelans that were coming up this way that were in Mexico City. And what he told me was, man, it was just some disturbing news. He was saying that Not all, and this is a Venezuelan saying this. No, this is not like second source or anything, but he was saying that some of them are criminals and did different things back home in their country, and the U.S. is letting them in because he speaks Spanish. He talked with them, and he said the part of Caracas, which is the capital city of Venezuela, where they coming from, is a dangerous area. So he was like, he was surprised that the U.S. was letting them in. Not all the people are bad from that area, but he was saying, it's not one of the most safe places to be in Venezuela, and there's a lot of the migrants from Venezuela are from them type of areas. I said I don't blame the migrants, and they should be taken care of once they're allowed to enter the country. My problem is with our corruption, corrupt government, and carelessness. People, yeah, I hear you on that. Once again, everybody hit the like button, share the video. Everybody take the time right now, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Okay, okay. Wow, that came super early, man. Hold on for a second, guys. I got a whole bunch on my plate. But yeah, that's the struggle was going on with the migrant situation out there in Chicago, man. It's a sad situation, but as that winter kicks in, more and more of the migrants will pack it up, man. The winter times are brutal, and they're not used to the winter times, man. In their country, I'm sure it gets cold in the country, but it doesn't get over the top of the situation. Roll with Soul said, "How is the migrant situation in Philly?" I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm from Philly. I ain't heard no information about the migrant situation in Philly. I have heard my brothers complain, or my dad, or uncles, or aunts. Nobody has been saying nothing about it in Philadelphia. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit more investigations and see what's going on with the situation in Philadelphia. Is Philadelphia considered a sanctuary city? Let me know. If it's considered a sanctuary city, then Philadelphia is in the mix. Like Boston is in the mix. Denver, Colorado is in the mix. I'm gonna highlight different cities and talk about different places so you guys know what's going on, man. Uh, it's not 291 said the plan backfire. Hit me up. Look it up. Okay, it's 291. Yes, indeed, family. We will. This is a sad, sad situation, but I try to give you daily updates and let you know what's going on. And I definitely want to talk about Denver, Colorado as well. I want to get some more information on there and talk to my people out there. But the Chicago situation, as this winter unfolds, and if they have a bad winter, which they're probably going to have a bad winter, more and more migrants is going to quit or try to get out of there. Some of them didn't even want to go. They also, well, I don't know what the situation is in New York, but I do know, not New York, but I don't know the situation in Chicago, but I do know the situation in New York is that they'll give you a one-way ticket to anywhere you want to go in the world for the migrants. But this is a tricky, 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 tricky situation that's going on right now, and I will keep it, highlighting and giving you much more information as it comes in. What I read and what I check out, man, because I'm really self-absorbed into this situation because I've never seen a mass migration like this in a long time, man. And I have Haitian blood in me, and I know they put the Haitians through a lot just to come here to the U.S. Even though they're letting them come in now. So right now you got people coming from the Caribbean, you got people from South, I mean Central and South America, Africa, and many other countries. But as far as for the Haitians, man, they put them through a lot. for them to get paperwork or be able to come into the country. But now they're letting some of the Haitians come in. But it's amazing how they just let other people just come in. They just coming in. Rose said, Philly, will you be traveling overseas anytime soon? Not sure, champ. How is your son doing? He's doing good. He's doing good. He is definitely doing good. M says, speaking on cold, many of the illegals coming from warm climates, NYC and Chicago weathers are not are no joke. Yeah, that's no joke, man. Do these people know what in store during the winter? I'm sure they've been informed now, but I don't think they understand. If you've never dealt with a wintertime, and some of them don't even have the proper attire or proper gear to wear, so they gonna learn the hard way. They gonna learn fast. They said just do your history on Black America. Jay, what do you mean do my history on Black America? Talk about it, man. Let me know. Let me know what you're talking about as far as Black America. Let me know, Jay. Mai said the world is a stage. Wake up. Wow, that's deep. Just Case Research said wait till the migrants start paying rent. They will see. Oh yeah, once they start paying rent and different things like that, they really gonna want to leave, man. Everything is expensive. Chicago, New York, Denver, Colorado. They gonna find out. They gonna find out. Jay said, look in the chat, bro. Just tell me what you said, Jay. I can look in the chat, but I'm talking too. So if I had somebody else talking with me, it'd be different. Just tell me what you said. Just repeat yourself. I greatly appreciate that, champ. Greatly appreciate it. Once again, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. Support your boy, the one and only Philly Dom. I'm gonna keep coming out with this content for you guys. I'm gonna let you guys know what's going on. But I had to get up and tell you a little bit what's going on with Chicago. So let me run these numbers down real quick in Chicago. The state of Chicago is paying 330 million. These numbers is crazy, man. Unbelievable. They spent 330 million for migrants, the state. They have like 18 shelters that they're rotating migrants around. The city of Chicago will end up paying this year alone 255 million plus. And then, migrants need health care, they need a whole bunch of other things. It's a lot going on, man. This is a tough situation we looking at, man. This is historical, man. This is historical. People don't even know what we're getting into. Since August last year, around 20,000 migrants came to Chicago. They said 3,000. This is another one I have. They said 3,000 in police stations, 800 to 1,000 living at the O'Hare Airport, and thousands are floating around to the different shelters. I'm just reading my notes to make sure I covered everything, man. This is crazy. Whoa, that's a lot of money, Chicago. Tripping. Unite 7, man. It's a lot of money, man. This is a lot of money floating around. Roll with Souls said the migrants will live 15 in one room. They will, in order to pay the rent. That's true. They're not stupid and they have excellent survival skills. You would be surprised. Yes, indeed. Big L said police stations, lots of laugh. Enlightened ones are doing great works. Yeah, they some of them staying in police stations, man. That's what they. You can just Google Chicago and you'll see the tent cities and staying in front of police stations and sleeping in the police stations. It's rough on them, man. But I mean, this is a sacrifice for them to want to come to the U.S. NYC said the Haitians always catch hell. Just look at Florida, because I can even give you guys an example right now. At one time, they were letting Haitians come in here, but you had to have somebody sign off on you to say they would take care of you and stuff for you to come from Haiti here. And the migrants are just coming through the Mexican border, U.S. Mexican borders, and they just getting in with no problem. The Haitians had to have somebody sign off for them. Just looking at Florida and how Cubans were allowed to stay, but Haitians were constantly deported. Yes, indeed. Richard said, good morning, Gilbert, Arizona. Richard, what's going on from Gilbert, Arizona, man? I got a friend in Tempe, Arizona. Ma said, the American dream is done. I mean, I believe you can still accomplish it. You just have to focus in. You have to have a plan here, like a serious plan. Because the U.S., just for you to survive, eat, sleep, will cost you money. That's why they were saying that a lot of migrants will all hang together because they will try to help each other. But I believe they'll pull each other up. Shout out to my boy Big Hawk, and I believe they will pull each other up. But that's what's going on in Chicago right now. Migrants are leaving, man. So I had to let you guys know that some migrants are leaving from Chicago. They fed up. They can't tell what's going on. Somebody called it a pipe dream. Oh wow. NYC, most of them will get housing vouchers in NYC. I know that. That's why I said the next step is from the hotels and different places to them living in public housing in New York City. I thought about that as well. Jay, you gotta relax, Jay. Jay, you gotta relax, Jay. Come on. It's early in the morning on my end, brother. You're not even reading my comments. Big L says, safe flight. Are we paying for their flights home? More than likely we are. Jay said, I just repeated it myself. What did you say, Jay? Then Silly said, glad they are going home. Dream is gone. Not all of them, just some. It's not, don't say like Philly Dom said all the migrants are leaving Chicago. They're not all leaving Chicago, but some are frustrated and they are going back home. TD said, you're skipping all my comments too. It's a thing where we call Cash App. It's a thing we call what do you call it? What do you call it? Super chats. That's why they have it. So you can flash and I can see your comments. I'm one of the a few YouTubers that read everybody comment. A lot of YouTubers will not even read your comments. I read everybody comments much as I can. But if you want me to read your comment fast instead of complaining, then super chat me or cash at me. Let me know you did it. A blinking light will come with the super chat, and I'll see your comment, and I'll go right to it and I'll read it. But it's a lot of people in the comment section, and I'm trying to pick and choose and read much comments as possible. I'm just keeping it real. Just in case research said, send me a cash app and I will give you Philly Downs. What's up? Oh my goodness. TD said, are they going to do is jump over US? They're going to move up in social ladder. We still going to be at the bottom. TD, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you. Jay said, stop hiding your face. Jay said, okay, this is just a troll. Jay, you acting like a troll now. I don't know how somebody can control you like 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, depends on whatever they're at in the world. So that's what's going on in Chicago, man. Some of the migrants, once again, they're leaving. It's no American. Some of them don't believe it's no American dream. They're gonna go home and try to figure it out. And these migrants that they said were going to leave were from Venezuela, and they came so far, man. This is not around the corner, man. They came so far. Oh wow, Danelle, you can't say that. Danelle said, "At TJ, you will always be at the bottom." Danelle, you can't say that. What kind of statement is that? TD said, "I'm on top. I always on top. I worry about my people." TD, I like that. He said he's always on top. He worried about his people, but Danelle, you can't say that. Come on, man. Kind of comment is that, yo? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I gotta go now, man. I got some stuff to take care of. And I was just, updating you guys what's going on in Chicago. And we will keep talking about this migrant issue. And this was exclusive today that I just talked about Chicago and just gave you a little bit of information what's going on up there. But yes, if you Google, if you check it, migrants are leaving Chicago. Some of them are leaving to go back home. So I said, thank you, Chicago, for free plane tickets. Hawaii, here we come. Rose said, Philly, do you believe that other countries are emptying their jails to criminals are coming here? I mean, this is my last comment to talk about for the day. You can go back and you can go back and check my other live that I did last night with Big Hawk. Just go through the live. We had Venezuelan come on the live that have been watching the live and listening to the live. Shout out to Arlene Wade. And he said that the Venezuelans that he met when he went to Mexico City to renew his visa on their way here, and he was asking them where they from, and he was saying they were from a dangerous part of Caracas, Venezuela, and he said a lot of the migrants that coming here have criminal passes and criminal background. That's what he said. I'm not saying that. That's what he said. He's Venezuelan. He knows people way better than I know anything about Venezuela. That's his people. That's his culture. That's what he said. Go look at the live. Go to my last live, forward through. Get to when there's three of us on the live, and you'll see him talk about Venezuela. We asked him a couple questions, and he enlightened us as much. And that's what he said. And he's Venezuelan, and he said that out of his mouth. So I'm just saying what he said. So with that said, I will talk to you guys later, and more videos will come from the one and only phillydom, and I'll keep trying to update you guys on this situation. Shout out to my boy Just in Case Research in the building. Talk to you guys later, and one love, Mrs. Arlene Wade, Grandma Arlene Wade. Talk to you later. Talk to you later. 22, don't fall for that mess. So check out the last video, the live, man. It's very interesting, man. Especially when the Venezuelan guy came on and talked. Peace out, everybody.